Hello and welcome to round 2 of the Parenting Roundabout podcast for the week of May 9th. I'm Terry Morrow and I'm here with Catherine Haleko.
Hello.
Usually on this podcast, we talk about parenting issues, but once a week, Catherine and I like to get together to discuss TV, movies, books, and other entertainment topics because it's nice to talk about something other than parenting for a change. This week, we continued with our 2 series watches, Bridgerton Season 2 and The Afterparty. Things getting lively on The Afterparty. Things perking along on the same track on Bridgerton. Come on. Season 2, episode 5 of Bridgerton was titled An Unthinkable Fate.
Yes.
What turned out to be the unthinkable fate here? What earned that line of the many unthinkable things going on?
Did they actually say it?
I think somebody said it, but I don't remember where. But I will hand it to the Sheffields. I thought there couldn't be any possible worse in-laws for the Bridgertons than the Featheringtons, but the Sheffields stepped right up to the plate.
They sure
and
did.
Hit it out of the park on the unpleasantness scale. I am with Anthony. I question many of Anthony's decisions in this thing, but telling them to go away is rock solid, even though weren't they in somebody else's house?
I think they were in Lady Danbury's house.
I think they were. Was he really? Well, I guess he told them they couldn't come to the wedding and they left in a huff.
I think he may have told them to scram from Lady Danbury's house, but I don't think she was putting up a fight. I think she
I don't think so. But it's okay, just way to be Lord of the Manor there, man.
Yeah, well,
they were horrible.
They were
deserved to be roundly kicked out so that they could take their large sum of money and go away, which seems problematical. But I still don't quite get what the deal was. Kate is the only one who knew about this. She made a deal with them that if she got her sister married off to somebody rich, they would give her money.
That she had to get her married off to like basically a titled white person. I think
she would be re-inherited.
Yes, I believe that was the deal.
But the mother didn't know about this?
Yeah, I was confused too. And also
because Lady Danbury clearly knew about it.
I think Kate told her at some point. So
seems like a lot for her to have done on her own. Yeah. I mean, she's an industrious girl, but still.
Right.
I didn't quite follow what was going on there, but still quite happy for them to make tracks.
Yeah.
Because yuck.
Yeah, really.
Get as far from us as you can.
Yeah. And they really wasted no time about just starting in on Kate and their own daughter while fawning all over Edwina. Right. Okay, where do you think she came from?
She doesn't have a father, y'all. Yeah. And,
Well, and also how can you just go on and on about how great she is and not acknowledge the role that her own mother and sisters played in that, sister, not sisters. Yeah.
So. I begin to see why Mary is the mother's name, right?
Yeah.
Begin to see why Mary wanted to hightail it to India
she
at the soonest opportunity. Yes.
Sure.
But now things are so complicated.
Yes.
Because Edwina now does not have a dowry, which does not matter if she's marrying the Viscount. Right. But should that not work out, I don't suppose there will be a ton of other suitors. And yet Anthony reveals that, not reveals because it's been clear since day one, but does in fact confess to Kate that he is obsessed with her, and she obviously feels the same way.
Right.
But she has to sacrifice herself for her sister. So this deal is looking worse and worse for Edwina.
It has a very Skylar Sisters vibe.
It really
I
does.
Suppose that kind of worked out okay for Eliza in the end, but that's what I kept thinking.
If you exert, except for the burn period there.
Yes,
but it's just. Yay, she's going to get the man she loves who doesn't love her. And yay, her sister's going to have to go away because she can't be around him, and have a fun life, sweetie.
Yeah.
somehow I think that's not exactly what you're going to want.
Well, and
it's difficult to see how they're going to straighten this out, and yet I am certain that they will.
Yes, I am too. I mean, it's quite a like switcheroo from Anthony, because you know, before he was like, oh yeah, I'm going to marry Edwina because I don't want to be in love with my bride. And now he's like, well, now I can't marry her because I'm in love with you. Oh, dear. Oh dear.
Man, I feel we need some mother and sister intervention, but I don't know how they fix the thing of Edwina now not having anybody and not having any money.
Right.
But as I think, didn't his mother kind of sow the seed of, if she dumps you, then it's all good.
Right. Then she's not money. Tainted goods at that point. Yeah.
So what he needs to do is just it shouldn't be too hard for him to just be a jackass for a while. I think he's got that in him.
Yep, he sure does. But his problem was that he was upstanding and defended them against the awful Sheffields. Yes. And then she's like, my hero. So.
Yes. My hero for losing me any hope of money. Right. Excellent. I'm yours now, buddy. I'm yours.
Well, there's 2 more Bridgerton brothers. Maybe we can.
Yeah, but see, they can't. I'm fairly certain they can't find their match in this one because they have their own stories.
I know. And
this is the problem. If we didn't know there was a series of books, I would totally say, yo, put your clothes on, artist boy, and marry this girl.
Yes, you are right about that.
Yeah, that's the knowledge that there are whole books for every single one of these family members means, dang, how long does Eloise have to wait to make it with the printer? I don't know, girl. You're pretty low down in the alphabet there. Anyway, poor Penelope Eloise has her interests.
Yeah.
I guess Penelope must think that she's still investigating.
Who's Lady Whistledown?
Yes. Yeah. When she sees her with the printer. Or is it just that, dang, I can't drop off my thing because my friend is here and will see me?
Well, but she's using Madame Delacroix to drop off her stuff now. So I think yes, she, and I could see this leading to, one of those stupid misunderstandings. Like, she thinks Eloise is on to her, but as we've said, why not just tell her?
Why not just tell her? I so don't get it.
Right.
Because there are 5 or 6 more books coming up and we have to leave something for them.
Right.
We're just going to kill the time here with smoldering looks between Anthony and Kate. We got a million of them. We just had them come for a whole day and look smolderingly at each other in different outfits. And then we just drop them in whenever we're a little short.
Riding horses, falling into mud puddles, falling in the river, coming out with your shirt soaking wet.
Yeah.
How about that guy? He, Mr. Dorset or whatever his name was.
Right. Yeah, they could just switch.
There has to be some other.
He seems perfectly nice and bland. He would be perfect for Edwina.
That's right. I mean, there has to be other men with money that don't require a dowry.
Yes.
So
like the episode of The Gilded Age that all of a sudden remembered, oh yeah, we're streaming. We can have boobs. All of a sudden it's like, art class. Okay.
Right.
You see backle nudity for the guy and then boobs for the girl. So, there they are. Now we can be done with that.
All right.
And the actor who played Anthony negotiated. Well, I guess we've seen him sneaking in and out of places.
Yeah.
With lack of clothing. But now that he's the lead in his story, he
just has.
He'll go so far as a soaking wet, transparent shirt.
And also multiple scenes of him just soaking mournfully in his bathtub.
Yes. But only from the back of his head.
Right. But did we need to see this? It was at least twice. You bet you did this. Okay. I just thought that was funny. That was
yeah.
Repeated.
It's just that's his
I mean, if I had that cool
spot he goes.
bathtub in that beautiful room, I probably would hang out in it also.
And people who would clean it for me afterwards, and I would not have to do it, and empty the water out afterwards and put the water in for me in the first place.
And bring you a whiskey on a tray.
That's right. That's the life, man. Oh, such unhappiness, such torture. What
I believe
whatever will become. There's 3 more?
2 or 3 more, yeah.
Are there 8 altogether? I think there were last time.
I think so.
I felt, I mean, there were big things that happened in this with her grandparents and all of that, and a little bit more closer to them, the confession that, well, no, they did confess to each other that they were hot for one another, Kate and Anthony. But still sort of feels like marking time. Can we move on with it? We got it. We got it. They're burning for each other. Yeah, let's move along. And then the Featheringtons are now about to embark on some extremely ill-advised sounding scheme involving roping unsuspecting rich people into a fake mine scheme.
Well, it's not, there's really a mine, but it's really just really not worth anything.
It's fake that there's anything there to mine. Yeah. I can't, Featherington doesn't seem as appalled by the idea as I feel like he should. Yeah. He's just kind of like, I need some money. Yeah. It's like he's not, I mean, he would like to get out of having to marry Prudence, but it's not like he's huffing around demanding anything. It's like, well, you got us into this fix, lady. How are you going to get us out? And anyway, Eloise is getting into feminism. I think her mother needs to maybe post a guard at the door. It shouldn't be so easy for her to sneak out.
Yes.
And without her maid.
Well, her maid was easily compromised by Penelope. So
right.
Keep her mouth.
However, will they find their way through all this heartbreak and tragedy
and unthinkable fates?
Unthinkable fates. 3 more episodes. I think they can tie this up in 3 more episodes. I think that means we have got about 1.5 more episodes of marking time.
A lot happening.
One of these times they really need to just kiss. I mean, they've already confessed their passion for one another, and
they have come
so close to kissing. They were practically,
they were definitely breathing each other's respiratory droplets.
They totally were. Really, would it be that much worse if they kissed? Well, perhaps they couldn't just stop at kissing. I don't know.
Well, they were already, in deep trouble because they were alone in a room together. So
yes, really. Why can't the alone in the room together plot line be with them?
Right.
Instead of poor Featherington and Prudence.
Yeah.
Why can't it be? Daphne saw them alone together in the library, right?
Yep, she did.
She needs to rat them out post haste, and then Edwina will have to break her engagement, and they can live in shame in the country. In the country, Anthony and Kate, and have babies.
Yeah, ride horses.
Absolutely, shoot things.
Yeah,
but stay away from bees.
Yeah.
Well, rather more unthinkable fates in the Afterparty.
Yeah.
Than in Bridgerton, honestly. This episode was called High School, which turns out is not the name of a character, as it has been in past things, but actually a destination. We go back with the help of many fine wigs to a reenactment of a high school party, the St. Patrick's Day Party of Fate.
That's right.
And I thought actually the younger selves were pretty good, except for Brett. Ike Barinholtz looked like an old guy in a wig.
Yes.
The rest of them looked surprisingly younger. Especially Ben Schwartz.
Yeah.
I thought, is that like his younger brother they got in to do that? Because he really looks like a kid. But anyway, it goes pretty much the way you would expect it to go.
Yeah. I mean, I guess the reason why it's called High School instead of Walt, which is the guy's name who is telling the story, is because no one knows his name.
That is true. The Walt episode gets something that's not his name. That is very appropriate.
Yes.
That is very clever.
And the genre was, high school movie,
that's right.
Teen drama kind of
deal. Big party.
Because we're all at the party and people are fighting and, people are overhearing and people are hooking up and
or not hooking up, but saying happening. They did.
Yes. And Xavier, he deserves what Chelsea wanted to do to him because he's not a good person. Kind
of turned into the character we met originally in the course of that evening.
Mm-hmm.
And poor Anik tries to woo Zoe, but instead he runs into one, rather like the reunion night, he runs into one disaster after another. And then Brett uses his mixtape to woo Zoe, and or the mixtape, wasn't it? The mix CD. And Xavier pushes him in the pool. So he takes a bat to Xavier's car and then gets arrested. So he loses his Stanford scholarship, and many people's lives were changed in that one night.
Yeah, they really were. Except for Walt.
Poor Walt. His life went on just as miserable and anonymous as it had ever been.
Right.
He should totally be the murderer, but it's a little too easy.
Mm-hmm.
First, we have to see Zoe's testimonial as to why it could be her.
Right.
Which will be animated, judging from the Netflix thumbnail.
Mm-hmm.
And not animated like full of activity, but actually animation.
Like cartoons.
Yes. So you got to keep with the different genres.
Mm-hmm.
But this certainly filled in a lot of things.
Right. Yeah.
Including the fact that Jennifer, both the Jennifers are horrible.
Mm-hmm.
But Jennifer, too, is the one that's missing, right?
The one that's not Tia Sarkar.
Yes, the one that's not Tia Sarkar.
Right.
Is particularly unpleasant.
Yes.
She's the Prudence Featherington of the class of 2006.
Correct.
So, cleverly done. Again, always enjoyable to watch. Here, as with Bridgerton, I'm feeling like, go move it along a little bit. I get it.
But this one definitely had a little more.
It did.
I mean, it just gave you a lot more background.
Yeah. But in keeping with the fact that it was a high school movie takeoff.
Right.
It was exactly like a high school movie.
Right.
With nothing that would be out of unusual for the plot line of such a movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I kind of feel like I've seen it before.
Right.
Just with these actors looking
15
young.
Years younger.
Yeah. Yeah. So let this be a lesson to you kids. Don't go to parties and drink too much. It will change your life.
Yeah.
They seem fun, but it's a bad idea.
Yeah.
And also be sure whose house it is you're in, because it's really very rude to keep ignoring your host and saying it's somebody else.
Right.
That guy's got issues.
Yeah.
But is he the murderer?
Mm-hmm.
He should. I would feel good for him if he was. Like, you go, man. You actually did something.
You actually did something.
It's like, if he turns out to be the murderer, they're going to go, yeah, we couldn't figure out who it was. So it's just going to be an unsolved
get
case.
away
They'll
with
confess,
it. They'll be like,
and
but
they'll
it
say,
was me. What? No.
What was your name again? Where did you come from? Get us more ice, will you? Oh, Walt. Excellent shaggy hair wigs all around for the guys.
Yes.
Except Anik. But
yeah. True.
And Chelsea. Yeah, that was some serious hair she had going on then. Anyway, so next week we will watch Bridgerton season 2, episode 6, The Choice, which I would feel might actually get us somewhere, except there are still 2 more episodes. Trying to think of the pace of the original Bridgerton, because it was like slow for a while and then it was pretty quick.
Yeah.
I don't feel like we've gotten to the pretty quick part yet, but we're picking up speed. So I expect, somebody said this wasn't as sexy as the first one.
Right.
Or else I would say I would expect lots of skin in these last few episodes, but perhaps not. Anyway. And then the after party is Zoe, as previously discussed. And that's going to be it for our round 2 today. Please subscribe to our Parenting Roundabout podcast so you won't miss any of our episodes. We have something new for you every weekday. As always, you can find recaps, links, and an opportunity to comment on our website at parentingroundabout.com. Goodbye, Catherine.
Bye, Terry.
Goodbye, everybody.